it is Corey Shepherd who's actually set the fastest Sector 5 at the moment there. So he's on a bit of a run as well, just trying to get the Premier Racing Team car onto that front row. He's got a bit of an effort there to go at 2:04. He's only a couple of tenths behind Scott, so a couple of tenths in the top 3 at the moment, as we see Shepherd up on screen at the moment, the Mr. Antenna Ford Mustang.
Yeah, we able just to leverage a little bit of that draft off the preceding cars just to help him out a fraction there, and hopefully he's able to slot in a quite handy time. We did see
over the race here. Andrew Gillian is starting off the front. James Scott, surprisingly to see him there in second. We thought he was going to be there the first into the 2:04s as the start is underway. Look at this passing already happening a bit further down as they're going around. They're going to come in really wide. I don't think the first 5 positions are going to matter, fellas. I think it's going to be positions 4 and 5 backwards as they all bunch up going into turn number 1. Check this out. Great scenes here as they come up over the hill now.
Yeah, hell of a jump from everyone getting away. A couple of positional changes down through the mid-pack as everyone sorts themselves out. But the top 5 getting away exceptionally well there, and everyone doing an awesome job.
It's actually looking pretty clean, actually. We haven't seen too many off tracks in the background, and especially with so much grass off the side of the track, one wheel goes off, especially a rear wheel, and they're going to get really loose as they're still too wide now, as it looks like they are coming down into this, what is a bit of a sharp, is this turn number 5 as they go around?
Yeah, down into 5, really tight 90-degree corner there. Everyone getting through some too wide as the field filters their way through. Rob Harris is getting shuffled a little bit wide on the run up there, so he's going to try and look to get back into position as soon as possible. Out front, though, a small gap just starting to appear here for Gilliam. 2 tenths clear on James Scott, but very early days, and everyone just funneling their way through as they head into the King.
Back to the front in 3rd position, there's Corey Shepherd, the Mr. Antenna Mustang. He's all over the back of James Scott at the moment, and Andrew Gillian still holding out that tiny gap there. It's 7/10 of a second just in front. It's there's not much in it at all. Sorry, 3/10 of a second in front. Oh, here we go. Still slow. When is he going to smash it? There it is, the firewall. Feels that pedal smash against it. I need to virtually hear that. That's what I need. The bang as it hits the metal. That's what I want to hear. And they go down into turn number 1, and James Scott looks like he's coming. Oh, here we go. A couple of dives in the background there. Dyson has to stop Jordan Ross from getting past. Ross was going to put a big move on there, and there's plenty going on in the back. This restart could be carnage. We could see the AJ Insurance's, you know, what do we call it? The impact of the round coming up now, because they were 2 and 3 wide going into turn number 1. Scott still holds on to that lead. Dyson's held off Ross, who's just come in behind him now. Trying to see if we've had any movement further down the field here as we start to head down to turn number 5. Just after the Marine sweep there. A little bit defensive there for Scott. He's on the inside line, out wide there for Gilliam, but he has been a little bit wider on this corner. This is where the battle is, though. It looks like 3rd position. Corey Shepherd, the Mr. Antenna car. He was 2nd last week. He took it all the way to 41 thousandths of a second behind James Scott over the finish line. He's currently in 3rd with Dyson, putting a fair bit of pressure on him in that Ford Mustang, the simrigs.com car. They've just dropped off the back of Gilliam again, and James Scott is up to the sky, and we've got him up on screen, and check it out. It is down to 3/10. It's a reverse roll. This was James Scott sitting behind Gilliam before. Now Gilliam's behind him. And what I like is Corey Shepherd has not dropped off of this battle now. He is right there. Dyson's not too far behind him. So the awesome foursome is almost back together as we head down to the last 10 laps virtually of this race. We're on lap 37 of 46. We complete another one. So, well, it could come down to the wire again, guys. We could get that great photo finish in the top 4.
The one, Scott actually, Corey Shepherd there with a nice run through there actually gains a little bit of momentum on these 2 in front, so he brought that gap down to just under a second, and these 3 are going to be all over each other very, very soon here.
Well, Scott's got to be that defensive, because looking at the last laps, Scott did a 205, a 206.58, a 206.65 for Gilliam, and a 206.47 for Shepherd. So Shepherd's actually the faster one of these 3 on the last lap. We'll be happy to be in 5 as Corey Shepherd putting some pressure on as well. He's getting into the mix in this top 3 now. He saved it all for the last few laps. This has played well to his advantage. We have seen Scott defending very well here, staying right on the inside line. It's where he has been for a number of laps, and Gilliam goes really wide on this one as he goes around the outside. They don't make contact. They give each other room. Shepherd could really capitalise on this one. He's all over the back. Dyson in the background too. I tell you what, it could be any of these four. We've still got about half a lap left.
Oh, what a cracking run. I nearly thought Shepherd was down the inside into 6th there as they worked that way up the rise. Gilliam is looking for every opportunity here to get through, closes it down under brakes into the start of the carousel here. He is on a charge to get back to the top step here, and what a hell of a run from Shoot tonight. They've really got up on top of it and pushing to get to the very end. Scott doing a masterclass here, just driving the wheels off that car, finding those apexes, pushing ever so much. And there's going to be a last chance opportunity down in towards Canada Corner as they work their way through the kink for the final time.
Yeah, the king. Scott will use a little bit of grass, does he? No, not this time. He's holding on to it. He's been very good in this second half of the track. Has to defend though over Gilliam. He's going to need a good run onto the main straight, because last week there was 41,000s in it. It's not going to be much different this week. Shepherd though is in 3rd. Anything could happen. Dyson right behind him. These are our top 4. Like you say, you can throw a blanket over them. And after 46 laps on the final quarter, the nose goes in there for Gilliam. Do they get it done? I think he's got it. They come together. Contact. Shepherd goes through. There's big contact there. Looks like Shepherd will take advantage as Scott and Gilliam go off. Dyson goes through too. Let's look as they go over the start-finish line, and it looks like Shepherd will take the win here with Andrew Dyson in 3rd. Brian Borg manages to get in the top 3 there. Gets past the boys as they looks like a big moment on the final corners, guys. We're got a big pre-race show coming up after this one.
Oh well, what a way to finish off that event. That was huge, and for Shepherd and Dyson, they just picked up the scraps and got up there in the end. And as you say, the big talking point, James Scott and Gilliam, for that contact, they fell well down the order, 5th and 7th respectively. Here's a look at
and Corey Shepherd, you are now in the commentators chat, mate. We've got you live on air. What goes through your mind when you see the 1 and 2 come together on the final corner? What are you thinking?
Oh, I couldn't believe it. I just wanted to not be a part of that crash and just sneak past them.
Well, you held on, mate. At one point there, you backed off in between pit stops 1 and 2. Was that just a bit of a strategy there, or you just didn't have the race pace?
Yeah, I was trying to save fuel in the middle stint, but we ended up being brought back into an even playing field at the end with the safety cars.
I tell you what, and Dyson wasn't going to give you any room at the back there. Could you see him in your mirrors most of the race?
Yeah, I sure could. He stuck with me right the way through.
It's good to see the Premier Racing team up on the top, and unofficially, I'm going to say that that will put you in the championship lead after round number 2 as well.
Awesome.
How's it look going into obviously the big 650k at Monza next week? That's going to be a dual driver there. You got your co-driver sorted?
Yeah, really excited for the Enduro.
No worries, mate. Anyone else you need to thank for tonight?
Yeah, my sponsor, Mr. Antenna, all the guys at Premier Racing Team, and you guys for putting on the broadcast.
No worries. Well, thanks, Corey, and congratulations on the win in round 2.
Cheers, guys.
The next car's the leader. Car on your left, you're on the right. Leader, car on your left, you're on the right. Be wide, clear.
I so had a feeling that was going to happen.
Yeah,
I got the podium.
What?
I got the win. Oh, my happy days, man. Well done. Oh, wow.
Did Andrew have a dive there?
Yeah.
I ran out of fuel over the line.
Huh.
Save enough for a burnout, Corey.
Yeah, I've got it.
You got a dub, eh?
I'm in the fence.
Do it where there's no cars.
Oh, no, that'll be right.
Well done, mate.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, well done.
Oh, I can't believe it.